Hello dear lovely souls. This Mercury retrograde is a little bit different compared to the rest Mercury retrogrades. That is why it is deserving a whole video separate for itself. So make sure to watch the beginning of this video before you jump into your own sign, because here I will give dates and general topics that could happen during Mercury retrograde. And if you're new to my channel, hi, hello, my name is Soleil and you're welcome to join this community of videos where I talk only about forecasts, because YouTube wants me to focus only on one topic. So I will let YouTube control me, but okay, welcome. And I want to let you know 2024's colors are green, gold, everything fancy basically. So today I'm wearing green because I want to already start celebrating 2024, because 2023 has been and I'm wearing gold. So if you want to buy gifts for your friends and family, as I did, or for yourself to meet 2024 with its own colors, get this jewelry pieces that are covered in gold by Ana Luisa. They are having 35% discount for this Christmas, and this is the last kind of holiday of the year where you can treat yourself. Look at me, I'm treating myself because I have nothing in gold, like clothes wise. I don't have any clothes in gold. So without further ado, let's begin. Mercury retrogrades. This is the topic that every astrologer talks about. This Mercury retrograde, whatever it is, it happens so often throughout the year that you go through it without even noticing it sometimes. But since you're an astrologer, or you live with people who know astrology, you will be hearing a lot of terms like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. So what does it mean? 4 times per year, usually, Mercury goes kind of like retrograde from Earth view perspective. But this year, this time, right now, it's a little bit different. It goes retrograde in 2 signs. So right now it's in Capricorn, so it is going backwards, and it's gonna go back to Sagittarius and then come back from Sagittarius to Capricorn. But there is always this notion, I mean, I was observing some crypto astrologers, like money related astrology. Usually when Mercury goes retrograde, there is like 75 to 25% chance of 75 being negative and 25 being positive in terms of what kind of outcome can happen. This time, the reason I'm making this video is because today, December 13th, Mercury is going retrograde, but it is trining with Jupiter that is also retrograde, and it is in Taurus. So when we have aspects like trine or sextile, usually the kind of like the situations that will be involving this kind of retrograde are going to be positive. So I hope today's video is gonna go viral. Yeah, so most of the things I'm going to discuss today in the beginning of this video are going to be about what you should and what you should not do. But in addition to that, we have so many dates and aspects that are happening with this Mercury retrograde. First one is 13th of December. Jupiter is trining Mercury retrograde. Both of them are retrograde, like for 3-4 days. So it started like the influences have been from 3 days ago, and then up to like other 3 to 5 more days we're gonna have this influence. Next thing we're having is most important thing is actually pre-shadow and post-shadow effects of Mercury retrograde. It's usually the kind of like a trailer of what the Mercury retrograde is going to be about. So pre-shadow and post-shadow, and pre-shadow has already started in November 24th, and it's gonna end around 22nd of January. The people who are going to be influenced the most by pre and post-shadow Mercury retrograde periods are usually Virgos and Geminis, or people who have very strong Virgo or Gemini positions or energies, because Mercury is rules these 2 signs. So that's about that. Mercury retrograde itself is from 13th of December until 2nd of January. And on 22nd of November, it's gonna conjunct Sun. So this day is going to be kind of an important day because we also have winter solstice. So it's kind of like a new year for winter. Then on 22nd of, I'm reading from my notes, on 22nd of December, Mercury is going back to Sagittarius. So that's when we will have different energies, different vibes of this retrograde. On 27th, like starting from 22nd, but from 27th until 29th, we will have exact aspects of Mercury squaring Neptune and conjuncting Mars. These are a bit like strong aspects that you're definitely going to feel, especially if you're a very sensitive sign. And then on 2nd of November, Mercury goes direct, but in Sagittarius. And we're going to have the same aspects with Neptune and Mars around 8th of January. And then on 19th of January, we're gonna end this post-shadow, everything retrograde, with Jupiter being direct, trining Mercury that is also direct. So we can see that the beginning of Mercury retrograde, we have this beautiful, amazing aspect of Jupiter trining Mercury, and then it ends also with Jupiter trining Mercury. So I would assume this is beautiful, especially for earth signs and fire signs. Okay, now on to the part of what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. I have no clue how I look. So because this is a new phone and I have to record with back camera because the front camera sucks. And I don't know how I look because looks are important to me, okay? So don't come to me like, oh, why you touch your hair so much? Why da, da, da. Don't. I'm gonna touch my hair because I'm not sure how I look, okay? During Mercury retrograde, usually everything slows down, usually, but one of the things that I've noticed the most is that during Mercury retrograde, you go back to old ways and old thinking and old projects and everything old. People from the past, projects from the past, clients from the past, everything past, and something that you redo. That's usually Mercury retrograde. And during this period, depending on your rising sign, it will depend from sign to sign as well. Some people will get back to their exes, your friends will be reaching out to you, especially from high school, from middle school, or people that you knew before are going to be coming back to you. Then we're having, let's say, if you own a business or you have you work with clients, you're gonna have those loyal customers usually always coming back during Mercury retrograde. Trust me, every time there's Mercury retrograde, if you track and check, you have those loyal customer purchases or orders during Mercury retrograde. Another thing that can happen during Mercury retrograde, if there were any problems with your health, with your technology, or with someone, like misunderstanding or communication problems, during Mercury retrograde, they're all going to kind of appear for you to look again and see how you can fix the situations. Most of the time during Mercury retrograde, because Mercury rules technology, communication, media, content, and etc. During this period, some people either buy or purchase new equipments like phones, laptops, or cars because whatever they had before either breaks down. Usually it breaks down and starts glitching, and during this time you usually buy new technology. And the thing is, here you should be careful with purchases during Mercury retrograde. During Mercury retrograde, usually people should not or try to avoid purchasing expensive things like technology, cars, houses, because during Mercury retrograde, your brain doesn't think clearly, so you don't question things enough, and you might buy things that you might not like later on, or something is wrong with these objects, and then the next Mercury retrograde you will have to fix this situation. I always tell this to everyone. I follow usually, but then last Mercury retrograde, that was like in fall, I purchased lots of equipment, and right now they're not working and I have to return them because I cannot ask for a refund, or they're gonna send me new ones. So it's always like that. What you have to do, if it's a necessity, like you cannot survive without not having a phone or a laptop for upcoming 2-3 weeks, then you can buy it. But if you can hold on and kind of like wait, you can try to buy new things later on, like after 22nd of January or after 9th of January. Usually during Mercury retrograde, my friends text me, should I buy? Like, there is this thing that during Mercury retrograde, people want to buy something expensive, something for a house, some kind of technology, and they always ask me, should I buy it now? And I'm like, no. If you do not need it like urgently, do not buy it. Same thing goes for surgeries. So if for some reason someone in your life or you yourself have some kind of health situation where doctors are like, oh, you need a surgery, and then you're like, really? And they're like, not urgently, but like it would be good to have it now, you be like, back off. If it's an urgent situation, like really urgent, and you have already had this problem before, as I said, during Mercury retrograde, the problems that were hidden are going to come out. So if you saw those problems before and you were like, meh, but then during this Mercury retrograde, the doctor is telling you have to do a surgery or something, okay. But if it's something where it's some kind of new problem that is popping up and you never had this and you didn't know what's going on, do not, okay? Same goes for dentists, going to a dentist, doing your teeth. Everything that is big, that involves injections, cutting, injuries, sharp objects, please do not consider doing anything drastic, especially drastic changes during Mercury retrograde. Another thing you should try to avoid during Mercury retrograde is signing some kind of important contracts, especially marriage contracts, or again buying or selling some kind of expensive property. However, if the situation of, let's say you want to sell your house or you want to buy something, there is like a difference. If you want to sell your house and it has been in the market for a long time and you couldn't find someone, maybe you started posting the announcement during Mercury retrograde, maybe during this time you can sell whatever you have. But do not start selling something big and something new right now. On the other hand, if you want to buy something and it's on a big discount, buy it. It's good. Just buy anything that is on a discount. However, at the same time, you should always keep the receipts. So whatever you buy, whatever you sell, always make sure that you keep the receipts. Yeah, and keep the receipts and check the deadlines where you can return or refund, because this is very, 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 very important. So if we begin now describing the aspects that are happening. So Mercury right now is in Capricorn and it is going back retrograde in Capricorn. So if you have any planets within 22 degrees of Sagittarius and 9 degrees of Capricorn, you are going to be influenced the most. Haha, congratulations. At the same time, when Mercury is in Capricorn, it is squaring the south and north node, which are in Libra and Aries. So whatever field your karmic nodes are in at the moment, those fields are going to be super activated. So make sure to check the video that I made about karmic nodes that are in Aries and Libra. They're going to be there until 2025. So check that video to connect with this Mercury retrograde, because all of those topics and fields activated in the karmic nodes for you are going to be activated during Mercury retrograde for sure, especially from now until 22nd of December. It's going to be very, very much connected to karmic nodes. What else? Not what else, we're continuing. So today, 13th of December and on 19th of December, these 2 dates, we're having Jupiter's trining Mercury. So today is Mercury retrograde, and then in January it's going to be Mercury direct and Jupiter direct. So whatever starts today or whatever shows up for you today or within this 3-4 days, you are going to have like more closure or advancement of whatever results also in January. Usually any positive aspect, especially trine with Jupiter, brings something positive, something new. For example, I got the courage to make this video, and I'm telling you, I am a Capricorn with all of my planets in Capricorn. So November and December are really, really hard month because a month before your birthday, all of the planets are going to, most of the planets are going to go through your 12th house, and that's going to influence your emotional state. This is not easy for Capricorns, especially because usually most of the time during December and January, personal planets are usually in the same location. Like right now we have Venus, not Scorpio, Mars, Mercury, Sun, all of these planets are super close by. So the energies are intense. That's what I'm saying. Like today I feel okay to make this video, and trust me, these words are coming from someone who is going through lots of things. In my chart, it's called Saturn return, then Pluto conjunction with Neptune and Uranus, then my own Pluto is squaring Saturn that is in the sky. So if you're going through depression, you probably have something similar or more intense than I do. But today we're all feeling great and making this video, which means around January 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, like 3-5 days before and after, you will be feeling good for sure. But it's not only the feelings, it's just feelings for me because I'm dealing with 12th house right now. But something tangible, something secretive, something different is going to come out for you. And then if we talk about what's going on with Mercury in Capricorn, Capricorn is a sign of endurance, is a sign of being like stubborn in terms of like doing the things that they want to do. The sign of discipline because it is ruled by Saturn. It's the sign of ambitions, the sign of actually doing something. If you come up with something, you have to do it. It's the sign of everything stable but active at the same time. So when Mercury is in the sign of Capricorn, if you have some kind of idea, some kind of projects you want to do it. Because you have all of that energy, especially if these projects are from the past. I would call Mercury retrograde, do it here, do it right now, just do it. Because during Mercury retrograde, your brain starts thinking about the past mostly. You'll be like, oh, I should have done that, I should have did that, la la la. Yes, do it. If you're thinking about, oh, I should have completed this degree, I should have studied French, start doing it now. Especially Mercury ruling Gemini, it talks about communication, education, and languages. So if there were any education, like anything that you wanted to study before, maybe you started but you didn't complete, or you need to like advance your knowledge, this is the perfect time to start, restart learning, studying, anything to do with education. It's going to be super, super beneficial right now during Mercury being in Capricorn, because the moment Mercury goes back to Sagittarius around 22nd of December, your brain is gonna be, but what about that project that we didn't finish? But what about that? What about this? It's gonna start bringing multiple activities that you think you can do. I have that. So if there are some things from the past that you wanted to do, but there were many things, if you start doing them during Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, it's going to be a little bit irrational and impossible. That's why whatever pops up right now until 22nd of December, do it. Do those specific things, because the mind is very rational at the moment and it knows exactly what you can do and enhance. And during Mercury retrogrades, it is also amazing to as I said, like restart, rebrand, relaunch, redo something in your house, at work, at school, anything that goes with redoing. Especially if there is something at home that has been like, I don't know, hanging or broken, especially the window that I have in my room. During Mercury retrograde, it's perfect to fix those things. Fixing, redoing, redesigning, and etc. 22nd of December, when Mercury goes to Sagittarius, and Mercury doesn't do well in Sagittarius because Sagittarius is opposite to Mercury's original location, which is Gemini. But both Gemini and Jupiter, which is Sagittarius, they both emphasize the topics of traveling, papers, documents. So if you focus on those things that I just mentioned that are coming from the past, you can like improve those things more. Especially if you're like traveling during Mercury retrograde, you're gonna probably travel around Mercury in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is the sign of like hiking, traveling, flying, going to different places. However, if you are going back to the places that you have been to before, it's gonna be very nostalgic, very good vibes, and the feelings are going to be perfect. Whereas if you travel to new locations, new continents, new countries, just expect some kind of delays, especially with planes. However, make sure that you double, triple, quadruple check all of your documents, because you do before you do anything important with this traveling. Same thing goes with education and preparing the documents for, I don't know, for school or for something. Yeah. And Sagittarius is also the sign of everything international, everything foreign, foreigners, people from abroad, in different languages. So during this whole Mercury retrograde, if you wanted to learn or restart learning some other languages that you always wanted to do but you didn't have time or you couldn't finish, perfect time for that. Around 22nd of December as well, Mercury is gonna conjunct Sun. So during this period, you will receive, because Sun is usually, I would say Mercury and Sun together, it's usually some kind of news, something that is going to be very important in your life. But it's not something like, oh, you're gonna receive $1 billion or like you win the lottery. That could happen with Jupiter, but with Sun, it's mostly like some kind of eureka moment, some kind of realization that something is about to happen in your life. But everything that is happening during this time is mostly the result, the influence of everything that has been before. After that, we are approaching these aspects, and the exact days of these aspects, 27th and 29th of January, is Mercury squaring Neptune and conjuncting Mars. I would say these days it's better to be careful, especially since Mars is in Sagittarius and Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about traveling, Mercury is about cars, Mars is about fast speed. So during this period, be a little bit careful in the road, or with sharp objects, or with anything that is technologically sharp that can damage you. Also, with Neptune, Mercury is your brain, it's how you think, and Neptune is how you feel, which sometimes can go here too. So whatever you feel can go to your brain and kind of like make you feel more melancholic and what I call depressive. It's not a joke, especially if you're someone sensitive, or you have lots of water signs within you, and you are going through some kind of transformation when it comes to your 12th house. During this period, if you feel a bit upset or just you don't know what's going on, you just don't feel like doing anything, my suggestion, watch a movie or just start a new TV show and just watch it. You have like 3-4 days to do it. At the same time, it is good period for using your artistic, your creative mind to maybe continue whatever you started writing. So if you started writing a song, a book, a journal, a website, something that involves you creating something with your brain and typing or doing with your hands, during this period, maybe you will have this energy within you to finally complete those projects. So for me, let's say I have like a whole album, but I haven't finished none of the songs within the album. Maybe during this period, I will be like, okay, time to do it. And it's gonna be beautiful because Neptune if we don't work with Neptune, everything that is within us won't be coming out to, like, because Mercury is how you describe and you speak, and Neptune how you feel. So together it is perfect to bring out all of those emotions that you could never describe and explain. And same aspects are going to happen around 8th and 9th of January. Okay, we're done with aspects and we're gonna go sign by sign. Yeah, I didn't mention about, okay, it's not important because nobody's gonna check anyways. So, dear Aries, this is going to be very specific for each sign right now. So, hello, dear Aries. Welcome to my channel, and if you missed the beginning part, please go back. There are details about the dates and what kind of aspects are happening. For you, for each sign, I'm just going to explain in general what this Mercury retrograde is touching in your chart. So make sure you're checking your natal chart. Yeah, you're checking your rising sign, your moon, and your sun sign. Yeah, these three can work. Plus, make sure to check the video that I made about karmic notes changing the sign to Aries and Libra, because this Mercury retrograde is directly influencing the fields that I mentioned in that video. Go ahead and check it out. I think it's in the description. So for you, Mercury is going to be going retrograde already from today, from your 10th house to your 9th house. 9th and 10th house are literally at the top of the chart. These two houses are the most kind of noticeable when something happens in those houses. Usually it's something big that is happening in your life, big changes, big shifts. So from 13th of December until 22nd of December, Mercury is still in your 10th house, making you reconsider, reconsider your life purposes, your job, your career, what you want to do in your life. And then after 22nd, it is going back to Sagittarius, to your 9th house. You know what? Depending on what are the degrees of your houses, it depends. So you need to check yourself or just message me. When it goes back to your 9th house, you're gonna start thinking about everything to do with education, studying abroad, maybe working with foreigners, working with clients, like international clients. Also, maybe going back to learning the languages, going back to school again, retaking exams, retaking tests, or reapplying for residency, or for like doing your immigration papers, preparing, maybe also applying for visa, getting your passport. And if you lost something during this period, usually not during this period, like before, during Mercury retrograde, you always find whatever you have lost before. That always happens. With Mercury going to your 9th house, it is also about traveling. So most of you are going to be traveling to different locations. That's highly possible, or meeting with friends from university. For more details on exactly what is happening on specific dates, go back to the beginning of this video and check the karmic notes video in description below. We're moving on to Tauruses. Hello Tauruses. I hope you checked the beginning part of this video, because there I explained all the dates and exactly what is going on. And in this part, I am explaining to you what fields of your life are going to be reactivated with this Mercury retrograde. But also, you have to know that this Mercury retrograde is directly influencing the karmic nodes in Aries and Libra, and they are in specific houses in your own houses of Aries and Libra that I talk about in that video from last time I made. So it's in the description box below, karmic nodes changing, because Mercury retrograde is directly going to be influencing those fields of your life. And right now, Mercury is retrograde in Capricorn, and it's going back to Sagittarius. So right now, it's in your 9th house until 22nd of December. So until 22nd of December, the topics relating to education, studying abroad, working with foreigners, getting your diploma, or reapplying for some kind of education or school, or retaking your exams, getting your passport, getting your visa, applying all of these for all of these topics, like preparing your documents, maybe receiving the results, are going to be highly activated. Also working, as I said, working with foreigners, but since ninth house is also kind of considered the house of luck and traveling, maybe during this period you will be receiving some kind of blessings around, like traveling. Maybe someone can gift you like a travel ticket to somewhere. Also, you can start like traveling to places that you have been to before. If you were not, if you're going to a new place, make sure that you have all of your documents double, triple, quadruple checked. After 22nd of December, Mercury is going to your 8th house, and that's when you are going to kind of continue re-evaluating your kind of like the values that other people bring in your life, or financial topics that are really important in your life to sustain not only you but maybe your family or people around you. If there were some kind of negotiation or talkings about investments or money coming from somebody, subsidies, is it called subsidies? Somebody giving you money, somebody owing you money. So if someone borrowed money from you during this period, you can expect them returning. It's also the time where maybe you will reapply for subsidies, reapply for scholarships, reapply for investments, or ask for loans. Also, it's the house of how can I say, like your deep relationship with your love partner. I'm not sure if I can say it on camera, but like yeah, your love life with your close partner. Here, either people from the past are going to be come back to have more time with you, or you will reconsider how your personal and deep connected life with your partner is influencing your relationship and how you want to deal with it. For more details, please check the video in description below and the beginning of this video. Now we're moving on to Gemini. So hello dear Geminis, please make sure to check your rising sign, your sun sign, and the moon sign for this reading, and also check the video down below to understand what fields this Mercury retrograde is activating with your karmic nodes. Okay, this is very important because it's very like distinctive activation of the fields with Mercury squaring the karmic nodes. Also check the beginning of this video for specific dates of what's gonna happen until 19th of January. So for you, Mercury starts going retrograde right now. It's already retrograde in your 8th house until 22nd of December. And then from 22nd of December until 8th of January, it's going to be in your 7th house. So this period is beautiful. Let's talk about it. Until 22nd of December, you're going to be re-evaluating the value that other people bring into your life, especially when it comes to money and your personal private life. At the same time, some of you might be very interested in deeper knowledge like esoterics, like true crime, or maybe you will be like binge watching true crime or start investigating something yourself. Also, during this time, maybe you will be receiving loans. Like if someone borrowed money from you during this period, you will be receiving your money back. Or if you were applying for some kind of grants, for some kind of scholarships before, during this period you will be receiving those money, or maybe reapplying to get those money again back to you. During this period, maybe it's also advisable to go and do the health checkup. It could be very important because you're a Gemini and you are highly influenced by Mercury retrograde. After 22nd of December, when Mercury goes to Sagittarius, to your 7th house, this is the period where exes are going to be coming back, clients are going to be coming back, people from the past are going to coming back, old contracts are going to be re-signed, updated, and improved. Your exes are going to be coming back, or you will be deciding to go back to your ex and like and decide to start your relationship all over again or to continue it. For those who work with clients or consultations or with contracts, during this time you will be receiving offers or orders from your loyal customers. What else I can say? So during this period, if you have been in conflict with someone who is close to you, or just like people with whom you interact daily, during this period, maybe you can go back to those topics and understand what was the problem and fix it. Okay, for more details, check the beginning of this video and the details down below. Moving on to Cancers. Hello, dear lovely Cancers. So we are talking about Mercury retrograde. I hope you watched the beginning of this video and you're checking your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign, because these are super important. In the beginning of this video, I give very specific dates with details on what to do and how it's gonna play out. Also, there is a whole separate video of karmic notes that are going to be activated with this Mercury retrograde. The link is in the description. Check it out because it's super important to figure out. And those aspects are going to be activating the fields of your life with the karmic nodes for upcoming 1 year. So check that out. But right now, I'm going to explain within December and January what fields of your life are activated. So right now, from 13th of December until 22nd of December, Mercury is in your 7th house of partnerships. And then after 22nd of December, it's going to go back to Sagittarius, to your 6th house of health and work. So what is happening right now? Right now, Mercury in the 7th house talks about exes coming back, clients, consultations, orders, people, all the relationships from the past are going to be coming back. Maybe you will be meeting people from your past and you'll be like, oh, long time no see, how was your life? Like, you know, those kind of casual conversations, not even casual, they could be deep, but from the past. Your exes could be coming back to you and, like, I don't know, just casually asking, oh, how are you? How was your life? Some of you, I wouldn't say you could get like a marriage proposal, but if it's something that has already been discussed like before, like maybe during another Mercury retrograde or like really before, then it is something to consider. But if it is something new person that is coming to your life, and most of the time during Mercury retrograde in the 7th house or in the 5th house, new people, like especially love partners, are coming. And then if they're new, then during Mercury retrograde, just know that it is just a fling. It's just for a short period of time. It's not gonna last that long, because during, again, Mercury retrograde, your brain doesn't function that well. And for those who have like clients or work with consultations or with lots of contracts, during this period, you will notice that you are having loyal customers coming back to you. As I mentioned, for Geminis, because they will also experience this, but different time. During this time, if you had some kind of conflict, some kind of drama, some kind of misunderstanding with someone close in your life, or just with people with whom you communicate daily, during this period, you could resolve the problem or the situation. After 22nd of December, when Mercury goes to Sagittarius, to your 6th house, you are going to probably reevaluate the job that you're doing, like meaning the place that you're working at. Maybe you will be thinking about either the location of the place that you're working from, either maybe the office is too far and you don't like going there, maybe you're working from home and it's really uncomfortable, or maybe the jobs requirements or jobs at work, the situation is not the way that you want it to be. So you will be reconsidering if you want to continue working the way that you are doing now. This might this might activate this part of your brain where you're like, I want to apply for a promotion, I don't want to do this anymore. So you will start looking for new jobs and new opportunities. But saying it out loud is very good too, because with Mercury retrograde, you can ask for good promotions. So claim whatever you want. Also, when it comes to health of yourself or your pets, this is the moment where if something pops up, make sure to check it, to start working on that health situation. Because I don't know if there are people like me and you have some health situation, you're like, man, it's gonna go away someday, it's gonna be fine. But during Mercury retrograde, usually all the things that have been already inside of your body dysfunctioning, they show up. It's like a hello, I've been knocking on your door for such a long time, let me out, fix me. That's the kind of situation. Same thing goes for your daily routine, where you will be also going back to your old diet, meaning going back to your previous body. Let's say if you are overweight for some reason, don't get offended, because I was overweight for some reason, and during Mercury retrograde in the 6th house, usually it works with helping you to go back to your original body shape or to your original health. That is why during this period, taking vitamins, doing sports, exercising, and really taking care of your body is going to be benefiting you and giving you really good results. At the same time, your house environment, the place where you live in and work in, is also going to be redesigned and considered to be fixed. Please make sure to subscribe if you're new to this channel. We're moving on to Leos. Hello, dear Leo. Please make sure to check your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign. And for every single detailed date specificity, check the beginning of this video. And make sure to check karmic notes video that I've made about karmic notes in Aries and Libra, because they are going to be highly activated by this Mercury retrograde. The video is in the link because it's a very long video, that one and this one, so make sure to check it. And I have no idea how I look right now, so am I even at the center? Oh, imagine I wasn't at the center this whole time. Technology glitches. I need to check. If this is not recording, that's gonna be bad. Okay, we are working. It is working, it is working. Okay, Mercury retrograde from today, from 13th of December until 22nd of December. This Mercury retrograde is in Capricorn in your 6th house, and it is going back to Sagittarius. After 22nd of December, it's gonna go back to Sagittarius, and then it's gonna be direct on January 2nd, and it's gonna go back again to Capricorn. But what is going on with Mercury being in the 6th house and going retrograde? So Mercury in the 6th house, especially Mercury retrograde in the 6th house, is going to bring your attention specifically to your health and to your work, to your routine, to the way that you function daily. These topics are very big, and you will be either thinking about these topics or actually taking some actions. So first of all, the thoughts are going to be, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want this job. I don't like how I am being treated, or I don't like how my desk looks like. I don't like the place that I live in. Something is off. I have to fix it. So during Mercury retrograde, some of you might actually start fixing their houses, especially their office work, where they're working, where they're studying, where they're living, to the point where the comfort will be served by you. That's one. Two, some of you might be reconsidering the job that you are doing. This will revolve around the topics like, should I change? Should I go back to the previous job? But most of the time, what I noticed during Mercury retrograde, if you worked in another company during Mercury retrograde, you will be receiving an offer again, like, hey, I know you don't work for us anymore, but would you be able to do some extra job that we need your help? Or they might call you back to work again for the company that you worked for before. At the same time, if you're not satisfied with whatever job you're doing right now, it's perfect time to ask for a promotion or ask for adjustment, ask your boss or your employer to do something about it. Also, if you own your own company and you have your own employees, during this time, maybe you will be calling back to your ex-employees and you will be hiring them back again. When it comes to health, I already explained this for a Cancer because they're also going to go through 6th house. With health situation, it's gonna be like, if something shows up, something serious or something even like not super serious, but something that you notice during Mercury retrograde, it's a sign, it's a cry for help from your body saying like, hello, I've been here for a long time trying to like fix myself, the situation, but it doesn't work, so I need your attention. Please do something about it. If you are a person like me and you don't like to deal with health situations, I totally understand you. I might ignore this message too, but just so you know, and don't say that I didn't tell you, that I didn't tell myself. If there is some kind of, you know, perfect example, like yesterday, my twisted ankle from 2014, wait a second, 16. From 2016, got twisted by itself while I was sleeping. And I know that it's not a new twist, it's the same pain because I've been having it for years now. Which means, please go to doctor. That's what it's trying to tell me. Probably telling you too, because I'm also Leo rising. Yeah. Then we talked about your health, and then we also have your pets. Maybe some of you will be considering to get a pet. Maybe some of you will find a pet and you'll be like, yeah, that would be really nice. Or maybe you will go back to your pet. You will visit your home, or somehow you will be around pets. That would be really helpful for your mental health for sure. Yeah. Okay. And then after 22nd of December, Mercury is going back to your 5th house, and the 5th house is the most beautiful house. It's the house of Leos actually. So during this period, especially Leo risings, they feel the most ambitious, they feel the most excited and the most inspired to do many things. And I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you are going back to the projects that you want to do until 22nd of December, it's perfect to focus on those projects. It could be 1 or 2 that you highly focus on. However, once it goes back to Sagittarius, to your 5th house, this is when your brain gonna start playing this hero game where it's gonna be, I can do more, I can do this project, I can do that, I'm excited about this, I'm so inspired by that. It's a sign. I don't know how else to explain this, but it's a sign. I know myself. I am, my 5th house is very activated, so I'm super ambitious and I come up with different ideas to exploit myself. So don't do it. Just notice right now, what is it that you want to do from the past, and when Mercury goes back to Sagittarius, instead of using this ambition, this inner energy to do so many different things, use that energy to focus on these things that you want to perfect. That would be more helpful. But since the 5th house is the house of love and romance and dates, you can notice exes coming back. So here, like, we have 7th house where we talk about love and people, and 3rd house. For 7th house, when it goes to 7th house, I can say people from the past are coming back. Not only love related like exes, but like general people. But with 5th house, it's usually love, it's usually romance, it's usually people who are flirting with you. If you met someone in previous Mercury retrograde or during Mercury retrograde, this time they're going to be back, like, oh, I missed you, let's have a coffee or whatever. Just go for a coffee, free coffee. But other than that, I don't know, it's not a good idea to start dating with new people. But with people from past, why not? It's gonna be interesting to see how it's gonna turn out. But usually during Mercury retrograde, if you had some kind of, if you broke up with a person from your past because of some kind of fight, or without an explanation. There was no explanation on why and how you split. You just like separated, or there was a fight that separated you. During this period, if they are coming back or you decide to come back, it's perfect time to resolve those misunderstandings or no understanding and no communication that happened before. It's perfect time for that. Also during this period, if you have kids or you wanted to have kids, this period is going to be super activating, like kid situation, topics about kids. Something in life of your kid is going to happen and you will be super busy, but something from the past. Or if you want to get pregnant, maybe during this time you could be getting pregnant or even thinking about having kids. So, and there are many other things that can happen with fifth house, but for Mercury retrograde, this is important to know for now, because the rest are going to distract you. And yeah, sorry, we're moving on to Virgo. Just give me 5 seconds to brush this off. I cannot post this to do this, so I have no idea how I'm gonna record my videos for 2024. But we're done with the year. Okay, we can do this. Dear Virgos, hello. Am I at the center or no? I hope I'm at the center. I know you get like, most of the Virgo rising people, they like everything to be perfect. I have that a little bit in me, but it doesn't work. I want it, but it doesn't work. Okay. Please make sure you are checking your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign. For dates and specific details, check the beginning of this video, and make sure it's a must. Check the karmic notes in Aries and Libra. The video is down below in the description, because the topics discussed in that video are going to be highly, strongly activated during this Mercury retrograde. And what's special about this Mercury retrograde, that it is touching 2 fields, 2 signs at the same time. First, from 13th of December, which is today, Mercury is going retrograde in Capricorn in your 5th house. Then it's gonna go back to Sagittarius to your 4th house. So from 22nd of December. What is happening? So first of all, Mercury is your planet, so you are 100% going to be influenced. Any topic discussed, like 50% of it, it's going to happen. So please let me know in comments down below. So Mercury in the 5th house is usually exes coming back, usually. So with Mercury retrograde, most of the time you can hear like, oh, people from past are coming back, exes are coming back. They do. But when it comes to 5th house, it's specifically love, romance kind of partners from the past. So if you met someone during previous Mercury retrograde or during Mercury retrograde, they could be coming back to you. One thing to know, when you meet someone during Mercury retrograde, it happens, trust me. When you meet someone during Mercury retrograde, just know in advance that it is going to be very short term. It's going to be like a fling that's going to feel really good and everything, but then it's not going to be something long term. However, if exes are coming back from the past and the reason maybe you broke up or you separated were like conflicts, misunderstanding, or there was no communication at all and you just like split with no explanation, during this time, you or them will come back to try to understand, to resolve all of these misunderstandings or no understandings at all. So please comment down below if that happens with you. I'm super excited for that part. Also during Mercury retrograde in the 5th house, since 5th house is the house of ambitions, ideas, it's literally the house of idea generator, like inspiration, inspo house. So during this period, you might go back to your inspirations from the past and you'll be like, oh, I've done that before, I really liked it, I want to do it again. Lucky for you, compared to Leo risings, since Mercury is going retrograde in Capricorn in your 5th house, the ideas that are coming in your head, until 22nd of December are tangible and are possible for you to do and accomplish and restart and redo. But because Capricorn is very like, I want to do it and I'll do it and I'll focus on one thing until I finish it before I start something else. Make sure it's not really like gonna finish something, but it's gonna start something very strongly. So if there is something that you have done before and you really want to get back to it right now during Mercury retrograde, it's a great opportunity to start. It's going to be more fun and easier to do since we have, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Jupiter trine with this Mercury retrograde. After 22nd of December, when Mercury goes to your 4th house, this is when the topics revolving around people from your family, your house, your immigration process, your living situation are going to come to the surface, everything from the past, okay? For example, if you didn't talk to someone from your family, maybe your cousin, your aunt, your uncle, or maybe you had some kind of fight, some kind of conflict with someone from your family. Am I at the center? Okay. During this period, they or you can be kind of trying to understand what was the problem. Maybe you will just start talking to them again and it will be very nice, very warm-hearted like conversations and getting back together. Some of you could be flying back home. You could be like traveling back home. If you live in a different country, if you're abroad, you will be like, if you fly back home, it's gonna be amazing. You will enjoy it so much. I want to do that, but I have exams. So this is going to be very, very important period for you because you're gonna be like around your family, with your family during this period, especially like celebrating New Year together. Another topics that could happen during Mercury retrograde in the 4th house are about immigration process. So like if you are residing in a different country and you're preparing your documents for residency permit or etc., you will be redoing that again. But if it's something, some kind of new application, new documents, make sure to double, quadruple check all of those paperwork and everything. Then this is also the time where if you have a house or you live somewhere where you can do like redesign, maybe you will be either moving out and moving into older, like to places that you have already been to before, lived in before, or maybe you will just redesign your house. Maybe because you will be moving to another location, you will have to design that new place to make it feel comfortable as it was before. Like if you haven't felt comfortable in your own apartment, in your own room, during this period you will be redoing that to make sure that you have this nostalgic feeling of comfort again. I'm sorry for this noise. I can't. Oh, it's gone. Good. Okay. Whew. So please let me know in comments down below what will happen with you with this Mercury retrograde. And make sure to subscribe if you're new to this channel. 2024 videos are coming soon if I survive after this video and I still have this trine affecting me in a positive way. Now we're moving on to Libras. Hello dear Libras. Make sure to check your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign for this reading. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned specific dates with details on what's gonna happen. It is very general, but it is for everyone. And make sure to check the video in the description down below about karmic nodes that are going to be highly activated with this Mercury retrograde. So this Mercury retrograde is super interesting and super different. It's because it's going to go to two different signs, Capricorn and then to Sagittarius. So for you, Mercury is retrograde from 13th of December today until 22nd of December in your 4th house of the place where you're living in, the house that you're living in, your parents, your hometown, your home country. real estate, design, and etc. So I mentioned this for Virgos because they're also gonna go through 4th house Mercury retrograde. What could happen during Mercury retrograde around 13th of December, 22nd of December, is that if there were any conflict within your family with your aunt, cousin, or someone from your family, during this period, you will either find a solution, you will figure out answers on what exactly happened, and it will help you to either, like, I don't know, forgive them or to continue hating them or maybe fix the situation. Also during this period, you will be in, like, there will be lots of conversations and lots of communication from people from your family, especially people that you haven't spoken with and you were in some kind of maybe break and you just didn't have time to talk to them. It can also mean that some of you could be going back to your home country, to your hometown. So basically you will be visiting your family. I mean, I know it sounds like, oh, it's Christmas period, it's New Year. Yeah, but the thing is, it's only for Libras, and for Virgos, this is for sure happening. You will be either traveling back to your home country, or you will be visiting your parents, or you will be just like in very, very different bonding connection, especially via phone or video calls with your whole family. But if you're going back to your home country, don't worry about flying, because if you're going back to places that you've been before, Mercury retrograde has no problem with that. Another thing that can happen with Mercury retrograde in the 4th house is the place where you live in, your house, where you feel comfort. Usually you should feel comfortable in the place where you live in, but for some people it could be a misery. But for Libras, during this period, you will either think about redesigning, reorganizing your house, or maybe you will move to another place. Maybe you will move out and move into a different location where you will need to redesign the place to feel the comfort that you have already felt and experienced in different place. So that's like nostalgic kind of feeling that you will be working with. At the same time, if there is something broken at home, during this time you might be fixing it, and it is going to be okay. Especially like during Mercury retrograde, if it's in the 4th house, something at home can break and you will be busy with fixing that. After 22nd of December, Mercury goes to your 3rd house, and yes, during this period, do not buy anything expensive, especially if it's technology. I know my best friend Libra rising is gonna ask, can I buy this during this period? No. No. Why? Like, I didn't mention this for all of the signs because they will have other things to deal with. You, my dear Libras, do not buy anything expensive, anything new that is technology or car. However, if there are big discounts, go for it. Make sure to save the receipts. If you want to sell your own stuff like cars, phones, laptops, this is perfect time to get rid of them. Perfect time to start selling. It's gonna go well if you want to sell. Okay, then during this period you are going to meet friends or people from middle school, from high school, from like even your neighbors. So basically you are going to be super busy communicating. You'll be super busy like talking with people from the past during this Mercury retrograde. Yeah, people from the past could be coming to you, or you could be visiting them. Maybe I will visit my best friend, so this is a possibility. As I said, you will be tempted to buy new things during this period. Please don't. If you do, save the receipts. What you can actually do during Mercury retrograde in the 3rd house is rethink and reconsider your education, maybe even internships. During this time, if you wanted to take some kind of course before and you did but you couldn't finish it, or you really wanted to but you never had time or chance to do so, this is perfect time to restart whatever you wanted to do before. Not something new, but whatever. Why I'm not at the center? I can't see. So everything that you wanted to do previously during this period, you can start again, and it is going to be perfect. Especially consultations, like if you want to take a consultation on some kind of topic that you wanted to do before, this is perfect time for that. Or if you provide consultations, it's good. Also, third house, if you are that kind of Libra that writes, that has podcasts, that puts their thoughts into paper or into, like, I don't know, camera, this is the perfect time to continue doing that. If you started writing something, some kind of blog, some kind of book, this period you will be super ambitious to continue and finishing that. Okay, and we're gonna move on to Scorpios. I have no idea how to pose this to take a break. I'm dying. Maybe I'll just go back and return my phone because I'm not satisfied with this. Okay, it's we're done with Libras. I just need a break, and I'll put timestamps for Scorpios. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I'm either going to cut this, but I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna do it. I need a break. Wow, how do other people do this? I hope they take breaks, because I can't take a break. Oh. How can I cut this? I can't cut this. It means I have to do it all over again. Hello dear Scorpios, I hope you checked the beginning of this video, and I hope you're watching your sun, your rising and your moon signs for this Mercury retrograde. In the beginning of this video, I mentioned very specific dates with details on how this whole situation is going to play out, and in the description below I put karmic nodes in Aries and Libra video, which are going to be strongly activated by this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn that is starting from today, from 13th of December until 22nd of December, and then it's gonna move to Sagittarius. So that's why I'm making this video, because it's quite special Mercury retrograde. So from 22nd of December until from 13th of December until 22nd of December, Mercury is in Capricorn, in your third house of communication, friends, people from middle school, high school, your neighbors. It's about cars, technology, communication, media, people, lots of conversation. So during this period, do not buy anything new and expensive when it comes to cars and tech. Do not. I know you will be tempted to do so, but just don't. I know some of you already bought some things yesterday. It is before Mercury, the retrograde, but still, it's very close by. So, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, unless it's urgent and very necessary, please do not buy anything new, because you could regret it later on, like I did in the last Mercury retrograde. Just trust me with this one, or you can test it. I've been testing myself in astrology and Mercury retrograde, and every time I test it, it turns out to be true. What you can do during this period, if there are some things that you actually want to sell, your car, your laptop, your phone, and you just really want to get rid of them, and because like you do not need them, it's perfect time for that. Okay, it's perfect time to get back to people from the past, especially if you had some kind of conflict, some kind of fight with someone, your neighbor or your classmate or someone. During this period, you will be like communicating with them and trying to resolve the situation, but mostly you will be super busy communicating, networking, and meeting those people. Another aspect of the third house is actually writing. So if you're that Scorpio rising that has started some kind of book, has started writing something, some kind of blog, maybe you start writing a meditation, maybe you start recording something, because third house is the house of radio, it's the house of media, the house of YouTube, the house of where you share some kind of knowledge through your throat and through your like typing, because everything here comes out either that way or this way. So whatever you have started but you haven't finished, this is the perfect time to continue and perfect and improve that situation. During this period also, if you wanted to take some kind of course on something, something tangible, to learn some kind of skill, maybe around money, some kind of skill to improve something in your life, but you didn't have time, or maybe you were kind of you didn't have money, or you were busy before, maybe you already started but you never finished, this is perfect for continuing and advancing and improving that. That also involves languages. So if you were wondering, should I go back to German to study German, or should I go back to writing meditation videos or making my old YouTube videos, it's perfect time for that to go back. After 22nd of December, Mercury is gonna go to your second house of money. And I just told you, like, if there is something with money you want to learn or get back to, this is the perfect time to do so. So from 22nd of December, you'll be super busy thinking about what you want, your values. You will be thinking about, how much do I want to make? How much do I need to survive? How much money do I need to have? How much food do I have to have in my kitchen to make sure that it helps me to not spend money? Like, such an important house where your brain is going to be freaking busy thinking about sources of income, thinking about, should I quit this job and find something better? Should I quit to start something new? I don't like my situation. This is all not okay. Because during Mercury retrograde, all the problems come out in any field of your life. Everything that was not working is going to pop and be like, haha, do you still like me? Do you still like that this thing is not working for you? Do you want to like improve it? And yes, you will be like, how can I make money from trading? How can I find some extra source of income? What else can I do? Drop shipping, whatever. That's one. Two, your diet. You will be thinking about your body. You will be thinking about, what should I eat so that I have vitamin D? What vitamins should I buy? Should I spend time in the sun? Like, everything that is your resource, which means not only money is your resource, but your physical strength, your body is also your resource. These topics are going to be super like important in upcoming months for your brain to be like, what should I do? I know that is probably already happening for some of you. Yeah, but for more details, check the beginning of this video, check the video in the description down below. We're moving on to Sagittarius. Hello, dear Sagittarius. Hope you're doing well. I hope you checked the beginning of the video where I give specific dates and details on all of this Mercury retrograde that is happening. Also, please make sure to, why am I saying please? I don't have to say that. Check the video if you want to in the description down below that is directly connected to this Mercury retrograde, because it is activating karmic nodes in Aries and Libra in the video that I am going to put in the description. But what's going on with this Sagittarius, with this Mercury retrograde? First of all, it is going to go retrograde in 2 signs, 1 in Capricorn, 2 in Sagittarius. So it's big, it's important Mercury retrograde that we are going to discuss. Right now, Mercury is retrograde in Capricorn until 22nd of December in your second house of money. So in the second house of money for, hold on a second, am I correct? Yes, that's correct or not? One moment. Yeah, it's correct. Because Scorpio is also going to go through Mercury retrograde in their second house, but it is going to be a little bit different. For you, it's Capricorn in the second house. So what is happening? During this period, you are going to be very busy thinking about your resources, your financial resources, your physical body resource, and just in general, everything that is all of value to you. How it's gonna show up? your brain is gonna be like, oh my God, do I have enough money to sustain myself? Do I have enough money to move around? Do I have enough money to, I don't know, help my family? Do I have enough money to provide for, like, I don't know, to buy food, to go out and eat? This will lead you to think about what are other ways I can make money from? What are other ways I can find money? What are the other resources that I can think about to make money? Your brain is going to be busy. You'll be thinking about, this is not enough. Should I apply for promotion? Should I ask for a raise? Do it. Yes, if you have an opportunity to ask for a promotion, for a raise, it's going to be perfect for that. But maybe some of you will be thinking about, maybe I should find a job. Maybe I should start working. Maybe I should make my own money. Because you will notice that you are not in your brain, okay? In your brain, you will notice that it is not enough. Whatever you have right now is not enough, and you're gonna figure out how to fix it. At the same time, when we're talking about the resources, your own resource, which is your body, you will notice that maybe you do not have enough nutrition, maybe you are not eating properly, maybe it's time to invest in my physical health. Maybe that's why you will start thinking about money, because it's way cheaper to eat 2.5 euro potatoes than a salad, which is 6 euros. Yeah, that makes sense. That's my life. I've been thinking about it. It's sad. Okay, I'm being very influenced by watching Vampire Diaries. The Damon personality is me, so I'm getting to my own original personality. But after 22nd of December, Mercury is gonna go to Sagittarius, to your first house, and it is going to be very, 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 very interesting because Mercury is ruling your 7th house of partnerships. So some of you are going to be dealing with exes coming back, with dealing with your partners, with getting proposals, with getting this, like, your brain's like, oh my God, I have too many guys thinking about me. Oh my God, I have too many girls to take care of. Or you'll be like, oh my God, I have to get married now. I have to deal with whatever wedding situation. Yeah. Your brain's gonna be super, 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 super busy with that. But just to let you know, when during Mercury retrograde, especially new people come into your life with a proposal of love, just know that it is going to be like a fling. It's not something long term. It's not something that you will be like dreaming about after the Mercury retrograde. But during Mercury retrograde, if you just want to have fun for some period of time, it's perfect for that. But just know in your head that it is just for some kind of period of time. Most noticeably is that during this period, if you had some kind of conflict with your ex, with a person or people from the past that are directly related to you, not just random person, but like someone with whom maybe you worked with, your business partner, your client, or your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, during this period they might be coming back, and you will be kind of having either conversations to figure out what was the reason you couldn't continue the relationship, or maybe the person or you will be coming back to continue the relationship after figuring out what went wrong in the past. So I would say this is perfect time for solving any kind of issue with any partner you had in your life. And okay, apart from partnerships, if we think about first house, it's everything to do with your physical body, starting from your health, from your looks, and everything that is about you. So as I said, during this period you will be super busy thinking about your physical health, the vitamins, the nutritions, and maybe even your design, your style. Do not cut hair during Mercury retrograde, especially something drastic, something new, something different. However, if it is an adjustment from a haircut or a hairstyle that you started before and you couldn't like finish it, I did, even though I'm not Sagittarius, but I am Capricorn, so this makes sense because I started cutting my hair from last Mercury retrograde and I never had the courage to like go full on and do this. you can do that if it's something that you started before and you couldn't kind of like continue it or make sure that it works. So you can do that, but nothing like, oh, I'm gonna go like bob cut like something and completely change the color of my hair to different. I want to bleach though, but like, no, do not. Enhance, improve, yes, but not completely drastically change. Well, basically it's a big month for you. Make sure to check the stuff that I've already mentioned, and we're moving on to Capricorns. Hello. Hello, dear Capricorns. I feel I'm here, okay? Dear Capricorns, I support you, I feel you, whatever you're going through right now, like a month before your birthday. I'm sorry, it is tough, but we can do this. I'm still not sure what is the lesson that I'm learning from all of this stuff that is happening like a month before the birthday, because most of the planets are going through the 12th house. But if you're going through something deep, I'm with you. I have no idea how to deal with this, but I'm just going through it and using this beautiful aspect that we're having today to record this, because Mercury is trining with Jupiter, and Mercury is about communication, Jupiter is positivity. So here I am making this video smiling, and I haven't smiled in a long time. Okay, whew. Leave that aside, but trust me, this Mercury retrograde is big. It is very big, because first of all, it's in Capricorn. It's gonna make so many aspects that are connected to Capricorns, especially if you're a Capricorn and you have planets from 22 degree of Sagittarius to 9 degree of Capricorn. I'm pretty sure most of the Capricorns born in December or January usually have something within these degrees. Any planet, you probably have something. I know people born in December, January have a cluster of planets most of the time. Not all the time, most of the time. A cluster of planets in very close by location, like Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. So I'm pretty sure you're going through this very hard. And another reason this period is super intense for Capricorns is because whatever is going through Capricorn is squaring Aries North Node. So make sure to check that video. It's in the description, because this Mercury retrograde is definitely squaring the North Node in Aries, and it is activating something super specific and something big in your life, especially life-changing, career-changing, all the thoughts about what's your purpose in life. It's super activated by this Mercury retrograde with karmic nodes. So check that video to understand what exactly this Mercury is activating. So Mercury retrograde right now activates whatever is in that video. So if you were thinking about, oh, I watched that video but it's not there yet, it is right now. This aspect is going to, it already probably did for me for sure, because the pre-shadow of this Mercury retrograde started in November 24th. So if you are feeling ishy-wishy from 24th of November, watch this video and that video down below. I'm not selling anything, just helping you, because nobody's helping me. I mean, my sister is helping me. Yeah, she's sending me good songs. One of the songs is Survivor. So if you feel bad, check the song by either Destiny Childs or the remix called I'm a Survivor, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna cry, keep on surviving, you're not alone. Let's go. Okay, I know I've been talking too much, but I think some people need to hear this. Even though I'm smiling, this is not exactly how I feel inside. I'm just smiling because Jupiter is making me smile. It's good. Mercury is right now in Capricorn, going back to whatever you've been feeling in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's going back. It's going back to Capricorn and then to Sagittarius. So until 22nd of December, Mercury is in Capricorn in our sign. And it is okay with being in Capricorn, because Capricorn is about action, ambition, taking initiative, starting something, and actually working on whatever is in the brain. Because Mercury is about like, let's do this, let's do that, we can do this, together it's bellissimo, it's perfect. So at the moment, with Mercury being in the first house, whatever it is that is about specifically you, not people around you, not what other people say, or like whatever is going on in the life of your family, everything that is about you, your health, your wealth, your career, your hair, your style, everything that is you is very actively being discussed in your brain or being thought. For example, during this period, some of you might be thinking to change your style. Don't. If it's something drastic and you're like, I want to cut my hair, I want to bleach my hair, I want to do that, but no, I can't do it. No, something might go wrong. However, if you really want to, like, you know, because cutting hair actually helps to release some stuff that is happening in your body, it really works. Maybe you can just start small and gradually go up. So for example, I had bangs, but they were like long, and I was like trying to cut them from last Mercury retrograde, and I couldn't get the courage, and today I did. I think I already showed off to Sagittarius. So today, actually right before making this video, I did, and apparently it looks good. So you can do something like that if you want to do some kind of like change in your life, but not drastic. That's one. Two, during Mercury retrograde in the first house, which is your physical body, you will notice that you are slimming down because I don't know, because Capricorns are ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the planet, the planet of restriction and shrinking. So with this going retrograde means that your body is going back to its previous stage, maybe whatever your body was before, it is going back to that. Some of you will notice that you are losing weight, or you are losing inflammation from your body. If you were inflamed before, it is gonna go away, but there will be lots of thoughts in your brain about who you are, why you are here, what do you want to do with this life, and what's the purpose. It is going to be big, and the answer to those questions are in the video in the description, the karmic notes. Super important. That's what keeps you awake at night, I guess, if you're having problems with sleeping. After 22nd of December, Mercury is gonna go to your 12th house, to Sagittarius, and that's the thing that I am talking about right now. Is, first of all, most of Capricorns are already going through 12th house activation before the birthday. Before your birthday, like a month before your birthday, you are going through this inner transformation. Literally, you can notice yourself being in bed just for 24 hours. You can do that because it's the last cycle before you start new again. A month before your birthday, especially with Mercury going back to your 12th house, you will feel super tired, super exhausted. That will make you, wow, I'm having a phone call from the universe, which is kind of giving a confirmation. And during Mercury retrograde, you will notice that you're kind of spending more time alone, in isolation, like in some kind of prison. That's how I feel right now. I feel like I'm in prison. I feel like I'm spending way too much time alone, which, what happens when you're spending time alone? You start thinking way too much. And the thoughts that are coming to your brain are mostly going to be about, as I mentioned, who you are, what's your purpose, why you're here. That is why during this period, if you were thinking about, I don't know, taking astrology courses or talking to someone who is like spiritual, maybe someone who does tarot, like starting meditation, doing something with esoterics, especially swimming is going to be perfect. I can tell that if I didn't have exams, I would be probably going somewhere and swimming, somewhere in the nature, because it is super important for you, okay, to be alone, but that being alone should be somehow worked with. You cannot just stay in your bed for 24 hours without doing anything. Okay, sometimes you can get tired of sleeping, and that's what makes you more sleepy. That happens, it's very normal, but I would say during this period, it is, if you feel like you have to like get out and run away, do it. Especially if it's going to nature, visiting, being somewhere alone, but like with nature, doing something, meditating, swimming, checking astrology readings, like figuring out yourself but deeply is very, very important, because right now you're finishing this 1 year cycle of self-discovery and lots of things that have been happening to you in the past year now kind of ending. And with this Mercury retrograde in your 12th house, it's going to be really considering everything that you have done before, the things that you want to continue doing, the way that you live, the way that you think. Are you going to pursue that, or are you going to adjust and change that? I know it's a lot, but as I said, the song Survivor is definitely about Capricorns. We can do this. Please make sure to like this video, and if you're new, hello, welcome to Capricorn channel. You can subscribe to learn more about, I don't know, my struggles, your struggles. We can vibe together. Okay, now we're moving on to Aquarius. Hello, dear Aquarius. Please make sure you are checking your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign. I'm a moon Aquarius, so this can be very relating to people with moon, sun, and rising. Make sure to check the beginning of this video, because I provide very specific dates with details on what's gonna happen with this Mercury retrograde. At the same time, make sure to check the video that is in the description. It is about karmic nodes in Aries and Libra that are already being super activated by this Mercury retrograde that is in Capricorn, and it is moving to Sagittarius. So right now, Mercury is retrograde in Capricorn in your 12th house. And let me tell you what it means, because I've been going through that and I am going through that. This is the period where your brain starts taking you back to everything that is about who you are, what's your purpose in life, why are you here. At the same time, it could be about, I forgot to mention it in Capricorn. I'll message somewhere, write it somewhere. It is also the time where you're thinking about the location where you want to live in. But the energies are kind of so strong that during this period, some of you will be feeling really isolated. It's either you're feeling isolated, like you're alone, and then you're dealing with things by yourself, or you're actually being alone and in your room, in your house, and trying to understand what's the purpose of life, why you're here, what you should be doing. This is very normal. But the only advice I can say, if you have any chance to get out of your house and go somewhere to the nature, do it, because staying in your room, in your house for this long, until 22nd of December, it is going to feel like a prison. And if there is nothing about immigration, preparing your documents for traveling somewhere far, or dealing with some kind of hidden, something secretive, working somewhere hidden, then I would highly suggest to think about meditating, think about spending more time in nature, discovering yourself through esoterics like astrology, tarot, numerology, anything, to maybe even like working with therapists. I have never done that, so I cannot say anything, but working with someone who is going to help you to bring all of these emotions and all of these thoughts to more like to outside, to kind of visualize and see what's going on. After 22nd of December, Mercury is going to go to your 11th house. 11th house is another beautiful field of your life that is that involves like friends, projects, groups, but most importantly profits and your dream and goals. So during this period, when Mercury is going back to your 11th house, to Sagittarius, you are going to be hyped about all the projects that you have done before. So especially projects that are for people, with other people. Let's say I have around 4 other YouTube channels that I started and I finished, and I'm like, man, during this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, your brain is gonna be, oh, I can do that, I can go back to that, I have to start it, I have to like redo it and remake it, and your brain is going to be busy like that. And with this Sagittarius energy, which is like chaotic with Mercury there, you will be super ambitious to do those. But the only advice there is try to be a little bit rational and choose a specific topic or project that you are kind of sure that you want to restart and redo. That's going to be more beneficial if you put all of that energy into 1 or 2 projects instead of like scattering it throughout different fields. Another thing that with Mercury in 11th house is friends, meeting lots of people from the past, your classmates, your university mates, your friends. You will be super busy communicating, interacting with people, making your connections deeper with other people in your life, especially if you had a fight with someone, a friend in the past. During this time, maybe you'll get back to them or they will get back to you, and you will try to resolve the situation and get back to old friendship notes and feelings. Same thing goes with profits and your goals and your plans. If you deal with anything to do with clients or consultations and contracts, during this period you might receive orders from your previous employers, from your previous customers. So there's going to be this exchange of, from you, I don't know, a service, and then you will be receiving financial benefits from that. But it is also perfect time for you to actually realize what you really want to do in your life, because you will be super ambitious to make goals and plans for your life. And because you're going through Mercury retrograde first from your 12th house, where you're thinking about who you are and what you want, when it goes back to 11th house, you can start actually planning it and start acting on it. And if you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe. And we're moving on to Pisces. And we're done, so I'll just take a little break, and I don't know how to post this. Okay. Hello dear Pisces, welcome to my channel. I hope you watched the beginning of this video where I describe everything in detail in terms of the dates that this Mercury is going to have aspects with other planets, and I brought details about what it's gonna be about. Also, make sure to check the video in description below about karmic nodes in Libra and Aries that are already being super activated by this Mercury retrograde that is in Capricorn, and then it's going to be in Sagittarius. So that is why I'm making this video, because this Mercury retrograde is very different compared to the rest. From 13th of December, which is today, until 22nd of December, Mercury is in your 11th house. It's one of the best houses. This is the house of your dreams, your goals in life, profits, friends, media, popularity, fame, lots of communication. So there are so many ways this can play out. Especially if your 11th house is Capricorn and you are Pisces rising, it means that with 11th house being the house of your goals and plans and dreams in life, you're very ambitious, very enthusiastic, very determined when it comes to your goals and what you want to do in life. Very determined. And with Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn in your 11th house, you will be reconsidering your goals and your dreams in life. You will be thinking about, is this actually what I want to do? If yes, then is this action plan is the one that is going to actually work? Oh, I'm rhyming a lot here. But yeah, you will be very strategic with your goals and the steps that you will need to take to achieve these goals, because it's not going to be like some kind of brand new goal that you're thinking about. These are going to be every goal that you were thinking about in the past and how you can achieve them. During this period, all of those projects that you started before with people, with team, with group, everything is going to pop up again for you to pick and choose and think which one you can put your full attention and your focus at to actually perfect it. That's a possibility for sure. Second, during this period, 100% you will be super busy with meeting your friends, with people from the past. So you will be super busy communicating, interacting, negotiating, networking with people around. Also, you will be receiving profits. So whatever job you do, whatever service you provide, during this period, you will be getting the profits from people that you already worked with before, or the projects that you have already worked on before. What else am I missing? Okay, and another part of this 11th house is actually YouTube. It's about being socially active, like being active online. So if you have a blog, a YouTube channel, or anything to do with being on camera and spreading your knowledge and helping people outside, like people that you don't even know, masses, this is perfect time for that, for understanding how you can position yourself and etc. I mean, you know about this better than me. After 22nd of December, Mercury is gonna go to your 10th house, which is the highest point in anyone's natal chart. This is super important aspect. 10th house is literally big changes in your life. Everything that is going to kind of influence the direction of your life, the decisions that you make in the future. So with 10th house, that's the house where you actually think about your purpose in life, your goals in life, who you are in this planet, how other people perceive you, and how you put yourself out to the world for others to think about. That's how I think it is. So with Mercury going retrograde in this location, you will be really reconsidering your image, your public image, what you do, your career, your goals in life, who you are as a person that others look up for. So then after you finalize these points, you'll be going back to making action plans later on in January. At the moment, after 22nd of December, there could be big changes in your life where your status could be changed. Since it is also the house of career, it can mean that maybe during this period you will be really reconsidering if this is the life path you want to take, if this is the job that you want to continue doing, if this is the way that you want to make money, or should you start asking for promotion, for a higher, like for a raise or something, or maybe just completely quit and start something new, something of your own, or something that is maybe a thing that you have been thinking about or worked in before, and now you are going back to it. So it really depends on where you are at now and how big of a difference you want to make. But with Mercury retrograde, you are definitely going to be thinking about the things that you wanted to do when you were younger or when you were a child and you couldn't do it. Maybe you wanted to become a ballet dancer. I know I'm being a little bit delusional, but there is a possibility. And if you want to start your 2024 with gold and beauty, make sure to check Ana Luisa with 35% discounts, because 2024's colors are green and gold. Do that. And if you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe. I hope you like this video, and I'm gonna see you in 2024 videos after I figure out how this phone works. But thank you. Bye.